Welcome. I'm Meredith. This is the Oasis Spiritual Empowerment Tarot, all about tarot, oracle, and empowering you. And we have another unboxing, but first I wanted to show you something. So if you missed my unboxing of the oh my goodness, I can't think of the name. Oh no, I love this deck so much. The Chicken Transition Oracle. I absolutely fell in love, so I ended up getting a second copy. So I just wanted to show you, in case you're interested, what I did was I put the two decks together. So, they come with the bags. You get to choose the lining. And I discovered that the two decks do fit in one bag, and then the books will fit in the second bag if you wanted to combine them. But what this does, first of all, it makes it so much easier to shuffle for me because I need like a thicker deck to really be able to shuffle well. It's just my thing. And it actually, I really like it. I've been using the deck, and even if I get duplicate cards, I feel like it just works so nicely. Like, let's see if we get any duplicates. Yeah. So, to me, it's either, depends on the placement, depends on the spread, right? It could just be an emphasis on it, but it could also, because, depending on the intent of where that card ends up, it could be something totally different, right? So, like, if I was going to do a spread for, I don't even know, say, even if we're doing like a Celtic cross type of thing, right? Okay, what's that? What's the root of the issue that's going on, right? And you just pull a card. Interdependent. What's the thing that's what's the biggest challenge to that? What's the thing that's really causing any kind of less than positive stuff? Fear. How perfect is that, right? What's this stuff from the past that's, hanging on that maybe doesn't need to? What's that thing that we need to let go of? Balance, right? So maybe it's a lack of balance. Maybe it's a yearning for a balance that we used to have, and right now things are a little teetery. So what's that near future, right? Accountability. So I'm kind of trying to get the same card so I can kind of show you. But all right, and let's go on to maybe what's going on in the unconscious mind. Disregarding, right? What is that thing that's been disregarded? What's going on in the conscious mind? The differences. And maybe there's a battle there, right? Maybe consciously you're really caught up in what those differences are, and maybe about the past, maybe about something current. And your unconscious is like, no, we don't need to worry about the differences. So maybe there's a conflict there between the two minds. And what can heal that conflict? Get a different perspective. So I'm not getting, of course, when I want duplicate cards, I'm not getting them. So we're just going to start pulling some more. So maybe you need greater appreciation. We're still not getting. Dang it. But let me say, let me go back. Let me go back here, and just for the sake of what I'm trying to do. Okay. So you need a perspective. Blah blah blah. So what's maybe a tool outside of you that you can really that you can use, that you can move toward to help you with this, right? And then I pull perspective again. So I mean, in this case, I would say, okay, so this is definitely what you need, and this is in the outside. So maybe there's someone that you can emulate. Maybe there's someone you can talk to help you gain that better perspective, right? Let me see. And then, if I said like, what do you need most moving forward? And then I pulled disregard again. So you need to go with your unconscious mind and stop focusing on those differences. The differences don't matter, right? So you see, I don't know if this is the best example, but I'm just trying to show how, even though I might pull the same cards, they're in different placements, so they still have really good meanings. So I love this deck, and I should say, in case you missed it, this is by Shawnee Redfern, and I will leave. I love these feathers. It's so sweet. It was such a nice surprise to open it. So each book has. Look at that! Isn't that great? I will leave a link in the description to the deck if you're interested, but. And I'll also leave a link to my unboxing so you can see the full if you missed it. But I'm so over the moon with this deck. I can't even tell you. So I just wanted to share how, and certainly you could do that with any deck, right? If you had, whether it's probably more an Oracle, that was maybe a bit smaller than you wanted. It just didn't have as many cards as you wanted. This is one option. You could do is just to get a second copy and combine them, and I've been using these together, and for me, there's no sameness. There's no like, I don't know how this feels or whatever. I mean, it works really seamlessly for me anyway. So I just want to share that. But now, into the unboxing. So this is a Kickstarter, and this is, I think, the second edition. This is Wisdom of the Depths Tarot by Lynn Thurman. I was looking to see if it said. But anyway, you can go to lynnthurman.com to get more information and potentially to get the deck. But I will leave a link in the description. So, let me get rid of this plastic. So the Wisdom of the Depths Tarot combines the power of tarot and the mysteries of the ocean, bringing forth wisdom, guidance, and intuition from the depths of the subconscious. The magic of the sea awaits. Lovely. Okay. So now, let's see. So this came with it too. It's sealed. Oh, I was trying not to rip it. Excuse me. I have like a sinus thing going on, of course. So, the change of seasons gets me. As much as I love it. Okay. Aw. Thank you card. That's sweet. Okay. Let's take a look at this deck. Beautiful box. So we have just a very small little white book. Beautiful paper. Like, it's just very nice quality. So there is a PDF guidebook that you can download. And in this, though, we just have a little bit about reading with the cards, some spreads, one word keywords for all of the cards And we do have a little bit about the majors, a little bit about the minors, and a little bit about each suit. Oh, look how pretty. And I fell in love with this deck thanks to Sharon of Trio of Witches Tarot. So, because she has, I guess, the first edition. And it was, when she showed it, I think it was out of print. And I was so excited that this came back. Look at those backs. Those are gorgeous. So, pretty much standard tarot size. Maybe a hair shorter, hair more narrow. But it's pretty much right there. Really nice cardstock. So, let us take a look. Full. So, it's just so pretty. This is such a pretty, pretty deck. Love the Magician. And the Empress. Oh, the High Priestess, sorry. Actually, she does feel kind of Empressy. Now, of course, we do have that standard background, right? Or, you know, more like with the pillars. Yeah, she does feel very Empressy to me. But she does too, so it's okay. I love the Emperor. That's fabulous. You know, I was a sailor, so I love this card. Really nice depiction of the lovers. I love that sort of compliment that we have. Oh, wow. Huh. It's an interesting strength card. Very, very, very different. I like it. Huh. I like that we have this really simple background for the Hermit. Wow. The hammer and the sword for justice, right? Caught up in the net. I love the Hangman has a pair of scissors. Oh, she's beautiful. Love Temperance. Really, really nice double. Look at that. Really interesting. This is an interesting, pretty, pretty deck. Love the tower. On the star. Really love the way the moon was done. What the heck is that? That's fabulous. Wonderful judgment. Oh, in the world. I love that. Oh, and we have the depths. Look at that card. I love that too. That's perfect. Okay, so now the Ace of Cups. So it's definitely, very RWS. But really lovely. Oh, wow. Look in the background. You can just see the ship. Oh, my goodness. That's a great card. Wow. I would choose that. Was that a squid? I think so. Really, really interesting. Much, seems a bit like the Ten of Cups as we normally see it, with the rainbow. But I love that because, the 9 is really when you've gotten what, you're at that max place, right? 10 is that overflow. Yeah. I just love the colors. It's beautiful, beautiful deck. I love that guy. Oh, she's gorgeous. Love him too. And the Ace of Pentacles. How great with the lobster, Oh, wow. That's a fabulous depiction. Wow, this one's really interesting too. This one, the four of Pentacles, obviously, they all have multiple possibilities for meanings. A lot of times, I think people think of it as being stingy and miserly. But for me, maybe because of the work I do, I often think about it as self-care, right? Holding on to the resources that you need. And I feel, well, you could go either way, certainly with this, but this really speaks of self-protection to me. Now, of course, you could take it another way and say, like, she's almost kind of creating a cage, right? But for me, my first gut instinct was that protection. Really, really nice card. I love that with the ship. I love her. Yeah. On a turtle, of course, because the Knight of Pentacles. So slow. She's fabulous. Look at her. Wow. Really like the way the swords are crossed in front of her face. You know, in front of her eyes. Really nicely done. Well, we have 3 swords and a heart. But at least it's anatomical heart. Oh, I love that. Look at that with the sharks underneath. Beautifully done. You know, I love the way it's very subtle. You know, I think it lends power to it with the subtlety. And you know, the deal is, even if you didn't consciously notice it, your unconscious mind is going to pick up on that. And it's going to help with the reading. Okay, so this is a very standard depiction, but it's so pretty. It's just so pretty. Oh, wow. Oh, look at his face. He looks very worried or sad. Not him, though. It's really interesting. I love with the flippers. And that light is just glorious. Sorry, I don't know what's got him. The cats must have walked. I don't know. Nice addition. You know, instead of just the wands. Look at that determination. That's fabulous. Love the tattoo. Oh, wow. That is super fat. Oh my god, I love this card. The Knight of Wands is fabulous. He might be my favorite of the quartz. Oh, wow. This is such a pretty, pretty deck. And the cardstock is lovely. It just feels so nice just to even, pull them out. And it shuffles beautifully. It's very soft and just very pleasant, very pleasurable to handle the deck. You know what I mean? It moves nicely. Now, this is a very matte deck, but so you can spread them out. It's not clumpy, but it takes a little more effort, because it's not glossy, right? But it's so pretty. Oh my goodness. So I mean, I feel like let's just lay them out. I mean, it's not like a book to read. It's just one keyword. I don't think we need them. So instead, let's see how they might look in a spread. These are just so lovely and so wonderful. It's such a pretty, pretty deck. And it's smart, it's not just a pretty face, right? Definitely RWS, but it does do its own thing in places in just the best ways. I love that too much. It's just fabulous. This is such a pretty, pretty deck. You want to see some pairings? Now, I feel like, the obvious pairings are going to be other ocean-themed decks, so I don't want to do that. At least not right now. You know what would be nice? So, I am an elementalist, and definitely this is a water deck, right? So, what if we added fire instead of more water? Maybe we should do that. Let me think. Who do I have close by that's very fiery? That's the question. We would think. Oh, you know who's going to be beautiful with this, though? Okay, this is not really a fiery deck, but I think it's going to be fabulous with it. So I just want to show you. So, this is the New Voice Tarot by Rosario Salerno. And I just think this deck is going to be gorgeous with us. I mean, honestly, this deck is just sort of gorgeous, period. But these are the backs. Look how pretty they are together. Now, this is a much larger deck. But take just to get it. Yeah, there's something. The art styles are very different, but I feel like they're very complementary. Oh, guess that one wants to come out. And this is one of my favorite decks. I love him so much. I like these together. I think they're really, really nice together. But let's go for, I still wanna find fire. Let me see. Oh no, somebody's walking across the street. That's the problem. Let me see. Oh, well, you know what? Let's start with Earth, because I do have earthy decks right here. Oh no, I can't get my cards in. So this could be a good moment to say, remember to like this video. Just takes a quick moment, and definitely subscribe and share. And you know, takes really nothing from you, but it can mean a lot to the channel. So, alright, so this deck, so now we are pairing an Oracle. So this is, seriously, Thistledown, and it is by Stephanie Burrows, illustrated by Adam Ohlers. And this is such a pretty deck, and it's very, very earthy, of course. You've probably seen it. It's, you know, but just in case. So now we're definitely bringing in that earthy element. So I think that, I don't know that I would use just these two, but I think that if I brought in two other decks with the other elements, I think this might be a really nice balance. Definitely represents the earth so beautifully. Yeah. I don't mind these alone, but I feel like it would be better with some more of the elements. So let's see. So we have earth, we have water. So we need fire and air. Alright, I'm gonna have to pause because I'm gonna have to go across the room and hunt down my decks. Okay, so that took longer than anticipated. It turns out I don't actually have a lot of fiery decks, not pure fire. So if you have some, let me know in the comments what you would pick, because I had a hard time. But so let's start with air. So this is the Wandering Moon Tarot, and it is by Rachel Jean and Marion Kirk. The guidebook, anyway. But anyway, this is one of my favorite decks too. So there's two editions. So this is the white with black. This is the Midnight Sky edition, I think. Anyway, very airy. So let's see. So very, very, very different. Actually, you know what? Let's bring in Earth too. Right. So now we have earth, air, and water. Just kind of see. Do this. Let's take some out. Yeah, I like it better like that. Yeah. All right, so should we add a little fire just to say? So, I again, I had a tough time with fire, which surprised me. You know, I'm very fiery by nature, and I think that maybe because of that, I tend to move to the other elements more. So maybe that's why I had trouble coming up with a really pure fiery deck. But I have two possibilities. We'll see. So the first one is trying to find their name. So it's Crimson Asteria Tarot. And there is no name. There's no name. That is so weird. Wait. It's gotta be a name, right? Well, Pranic Forest. I guess it's as good as we're gonna get for now. Now this is a big deck. But let's just see. You can fit it. I kind of want fire and water next to each other. Okay. Alright, so we fit. This isn't as fiery as I would want, but I figure it's something. Yeah, it's... I love these together. I do like these together, I think. Yeah, I do like these together. I'm a little surprised, honestly. I think there's something with the color that just pings on the colors in here. I don't know that this is as fire. You know, it's got the red. It feels a little bit airy, though. I don't know. Well, let's try. So I have one more that maybe is going to bring some fire. I'm not sure. And it's so weird to me that I never really noticed before that. I don't know. I must have some fiery decks, and darned if I can come up with any. So that's weird. But this one, I don't know, I feel like this one might do it. So this is Tarot de Luz by Ader Sarabo? I don't know. This is such a great deck. And I don't know that it's exactly fire, but I think there's a strong fire in it. So we're going to go with it. And certainly very, very different from, everything. But I actually quite like these two together. Yeah, I think... Do you want to see like more of like a spread? Let's see what we can fit. Yeah, let's just say. Let's say. We'll play just a little bit. So... Let's start with fire, because it all begins with fire, right? So, say, let's make it really simple. Say we're just doing, like... Say we're doing 2 cards, which I almost never do, but let's just say. So we'll start with the 2, and then from fire, we need water, right? To see how it might look. And then let's do some air. I don't want to run out of space, which I think is happening. But what if we just... There, so just do 1. And then some earth. So maybe... It's an interesting combination. I'm not 100%. I like these together, though, but they're not my favorite. I actually quite like these. I think it's a really nice contrast. Although I like this one with this, so maybe it just depends on the card. Yeah, I may play with these. I may play with how these kind of go together. I really like the contrast in the art styles. I think it's really nice. Yeah, I gotta say, I quite like these. See, I really like these two, which is so weird to me. But I do. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like this one goes better with this. Like, just in terms of placement. Like, it just works better next to this one. Sometimes it works well next to this one, but not always. And this, I think, is fabulous next to this, and I think next to that, right? Let's see. Yeah, but I don't like it next to Earth. Or at least not next to this. Not next to this Earth. I mean, it's okay. But it's not... I love that High Priestess. Oh, and the Fool. Really interesting. Look at with the 2 owls. Really interesting that we have Contentment and the 10 of Swords for them too, right? actually really like this combination. That's funny. Yeah. I don't know that this is quite as fiery as I would want it to be for this. I still feel like, even though I love them paired, I really do. I think that to do like a really purely elemental spread, I would want something a bit more fiery. So if you can think of a deck that would really fit the bill for that, let me know in the comments. I'm sure, I have a lot of decks, so maybe I'm overlooking one that would be perfect. Maybe it's a deck that I don't have yet. But, yeah, I would like to figure out a deck to be perfect. But I tell you, I really love these two together. I just think they're fabulous together. Yeah, look how cute they are together. There's just something, it's such a nice contrast in terms of the art style. I really like the way these are together. That's fabulous. And if I wasn't trying to find a fiery deck, I probably never would have thought to pair these two. But I really like them together. And this is such a great, fun little deck. Like, it's just so nice to use. It feels so nice in the hands. It's a nice, very comfortable kind of size. And it's so fun and quirky. It's a great deck. Oh no. So, yeah. So let me know what you think. Let me know, what you most like to pair with these, or what deck. Please let me know if you can think of a deck that's really fiery. Because I'm so surprised I can't really think of anything, which is so weird. I feel like I definitely should be able to think of something, but I love that moon. So let me know, and until next time, just be wonderful to yourself. Be really, really wonderful, because you deserve the best, only the best, all the best, and that is my wish for you.